I'm John Bennett and I'm the coordinator of Finglas Cabra Local Drug and Alcohol Task Force. Essentially and simply is that we try and bring together all the stakeholders of the community, people that live in the area, people that work in the area, people involved with schools, guards, elected representatives, people involved in youth services, people involved in health services, together to try and come up with solutions to reducing the impact of drugs and alcohol on people's lives.
So the peer-to-peer programme is a programme that we've been running for a number of years, and basically what we do is we engage with the secondary schools and the transition year students particularly, and each school will identify some transition year students to come and take part in this programme.
Basically it's like a drug talk programme, and we learn about the effects of drugs and alcohol, because we're the future generation. So we have to, at the end of this project, teach this to the first years, because they're following in our footsteps and they need to know what's going on outside in the real world.
Definitely changed my attitude towards drugs and alcohol, because you realise the actual danger and the effects that they both cause when you wouldn't actually know anything about it. You just think, oh, everyone's doing it, I'll do it. But you know now more about it.
And it's kind of like a messenger, we take the message and then we go back to our own school, our own people, and then we spread the message. And then it's like a chain reaction. They spread it onto their friends and so on and so forth. So there's just a chain, a ripple reaction of awareness about these things.
So there's massive amount of benefits, not just even getting the information out there about drugs and alcohol and getting correct information out there, but also for the first years who are receiving it, they're getting kind of a different light on it, a different kind of perspective, a kind of a different experience, but also the TYs who are delivering it, they're building up skill sets that they may not have had an opportunity to do.
In school, SPHE, I think it's the only subject really that you learn anything about drugs or alcohol or substances in general. But in this, we learn why, what happens to you. We learn loads of different things, and it's really useful because we're going to be telling the first years, which won't know it.
Evidence and research suggests that young people are likely to find it a bit more credible coming from somebody that's within their own peer group, within their own network, social network. So that's basically what the bedrock theory behind the programme is.
Like an adult, if they do it, they might not take it serious, but if we teach them, they'll take it more serious and they'll get more educated.
So the main objective of the programme would be, I suppose, to provide an effective drug education programme, to build awareness about the risks associated with drug and alcohol use, to encourage young people to build a mentoring relationship with younger students in their schools, to bring students together to talk about really important issues that are relevant to them in their communities, and also to give young people a space where they can learn to facilitate, because some of the students that do the peer-to-peer programme, they might want to then go on to being a youth worker or go on to being a facilitator or a teacher. So this gives them a little bit of a stepping stone in that direction.
I learned about this in peer-to-peer, and they'd be like, no way, really? And it's mad, you just pass on little facts like that and then they're gonna pass that on. It's mad, you're just spreading awareness all together. It's not like you're just spreading it to the one person, they're gonna keep spreading it.
It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
I think it's important because, well, for me personally, I didn't really understand or know about half the stuff we learned over this course. People understand the dangers of using drugs and the consequences it can have in their lives.
Because everyone vapes, all the people around me vape, but I've never knew the actual damage it can do to you or anything like that.
There is an issue with drugs and alcohol. We need to talk about it. It's not taboo. We need to talk about it. We need young people being aware of it. We need to get rid of all these myths that are out there and all of these idea of peer pressure, people feeling that they have to be in these situations, they have to do this, that and the other in order to fit in. And it's about I suppose, developing young people that are confident enough to say no, but that are also informed enough to make a decision.
It's a real issue in modern day society, and you should know about these things because lots of people are facing difficulties with drugs and alcohol. So educating the first years on this might prevent them from facing those difficulties later on in life.
We're trying to give people fact-based information to help them to protect their health and well-being, and the health and well-being of their friends and their fellow students.
Evidence-based factual information is all we give out in the task force. That's all I will put into the programs that I do, and it really just is about giving young people that power, that knowledge, that key to be able to make informed decisions.
The schools that have taken part in peer-to-peer over the years include Benevan College in Finglas, St Kevin's College in Ballygal, St Michael's Holy Faith, St Vincent's Boys Secondary School, New Cross College, Coláiste Owen, St Decla's College, St Dominic's College and St Mary's Holy Faith in Glasnevin, and Cabra Community College in Cabra. And like most programmes, there's been many people involved over the years from the various secondary schools, but I just feel it's important to mention a couple of people. One is Michelle Killeen, who's the SPHE coordinator at St Vincent's and co-facilitator and trainer of the young people in peer-to-peer. Aileen Kelly from Coláiste Owen, who was one of the pioneers in terms of development of the programme, and Helen Massey, who kept the programme going for many years. And I suppose, last but not least, it's important to mention all the students and who took part in this peer-to-peer programme over the last 20 years.